Okay guys, welcome back to Randy's DIY and my new hobby of reloading, and haven't gotten there yet. I am simply trying to figure out where I want things mounted, how I'm going to mount them, and I'm going to take you guys along on the ride for this adventure. And if you noticed on my video of unboxing this RCBS Master something Supreme kit, it came with this this powder measure, and the mount for the powder measure was this goofy little bar here, and I guess it's made to mount to a shelf such as this, or mount to your bench, something like that, or even under your bench. But I can't figure out why anyone would want their powder measure down there where they'd be banging it with their knees all the time. So I've kind of got an idea. Attach a pipe here, come down to a specific length, and then build a plate underneath it. And I'm actually even thinking about, instead of welding it, maybe even welding a nut inside the pipe, and then I could have a bolt on top so it could actually swivel and come apart if you wanted to take it with you. It's going to be a portable stand. I think I've got some 3/8 plate steel out in my shop that I can make for a base plate, so it'll be nice and heavy. Put some rubber feet underneath it, and make a really nice portable powder stand. Okay guys, so here is the scrap pieces of metal that I've come up with to build the powder measure stand out of. This is a 3/8 of an inch thick steel plate. Probably going to substitute this. I don't have anything right now in steel. This is an aluminum pipe. Probably going to get a steel pipe so I can MIG weld everything. I won't have to get the TIG out and TIG in an aluminum nut and then have to have a way to connect it to the steel plate. And I'm not sure what this is. I mean, I know what it is. It came with the RCBS powder trickler, or powder dump. It's threaded on this end. That's what the powder measure screws into. And then on this end, I think what they've done is they drilled a hole big enough for it to fit underneath the die on the press, and you can actually pinch it in there. That seems like a big pain in the rear to me, so I really didn't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, well, this is going to be hard to do. Going to put a pipe in here and probably weld that piece to this little adapter that they sent with the powder measure. Now the problem is, I don't know what metal this is. It's non-magnetic. It's not soft like aluminum would be, but I think it's some type of aluminum. It's really a hard metal. So at this point I'm trying to figure out if I need to use aluminum, TIG weld this, or how I'm going to weld it. I'm almost positive it's not stainless steel. It's got some type of galvanized coating on it, it looks like. I don't know why they would galvanize aluminum. Anyway, story for later. Probably going to weld this pipe into here, and then weld a nut into this pipe, and then drill and countersink a hole in the plate, and that way when I put it all together, I can loosen the bolt up on the bottom of the plate and be able to swivel the powder measure from either hanging over the plate or turn the plate around behind it if I wanted to use it on a shelf or something like that. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted as progress moves along on this. Thanks for watching. Alright guys, here we are back. We're in the process of building a stand, a portable stand for the powder measure that came in my Rock Chucker Supreme Master Kit. And they sent this lousy little piece of plate that a threaded hole in one end that connected to the powder measure, and had an open hole in the other end and a couple of screw holes. And you know, they wanted you to mount it to the table like I showed earlier, and that's just, I mean, that's not acceptable for me. So I wanted something that I could move around on my table and have it above, you know, closer to eye level instead of down around my waist. So what I did determine that this was aluminum, but it's a extremely poor grade of cast aluminum, and you're talking about hard to TIG weld. The stuff just turns to liquid and falls away. You get it just a tad bit too hot. And now, I'm not a professional welder, but I just, you know, dibble with it a little bit. Anyway, I had this half-inch piece of aluminum pipe, and I started out, put it inside the neck of the original hole, and when I got to welding around the back of it, the edge just fell off. And anyway, I had to piece in another piece of aluminum and then weld the two together in a thick area. And then I welded a little plate on the bottom of it, and I tapped a 1/4" 20 hole in the bottom, and then I've got this 3/8 piece of steel plate, something to give it a little ballast for the bottom where it won't tip, you know, to be good and stable. Sprayed it with some silver, and then kind of lightly misted the green over the top of it to give it that RCBS look. And on the back of this guy, let's see, where did it go? There it is. I countersunk a Phillips head 1/4" 20, so it sets flat. This is the bottom. This is the bottom of the unit. So the 1/4" 20 tapered head screw goes in here, screws into the bottom of this, which will be sitting there, and I will show you that as soon as the paint finishes drying on that piece of plate. So get back with you guys shortly. Okay guys, here's the finished product. The 3/8 plate steel, welded this is a 1/2". This right here is a 1/2" aluminum tube. Right here I welded on a I don't know, it was I think it was a 3/8 piece of aluminum plate on the bottom of it, the tube, so I could tap a 1/4" 20 threads in the bottom of it. And if you look right here, there's the tapered head Phillips screw 1/4" 20, screws into the bottom of this, clamps them together. So at this point you could loosen the screw underneath, and you could spin this around, and basically you could turn this around and have it hanging off the front of a shelf or whatever if you wanted to put it on a shelf. I don't really think I'll ever have that need because it just turned out too good. This was the original plate that came with the powder measure, and it's a cast aluminum, extremely hard to TIG weld. Anyway, that's it. That's what it looks like.